In this video, we're going to explore all of Cerberus's dirty secrets and shady research projects that we can discover in Mass Effect 1. Cerberus plays a major role in the second and third games of the trilogy, but they are a secretive fringe group in ME1. Unless you are a completionist, many of the quests involving Cerberus can easily be overlooked, so buckle up and stay tuned to learn all about Cerberus in Mass Effect 1. What's up everyone? Big Dan here. Before we begin, I have a bunch of different Mass Effect Trilogy guides and lore videos on my channel, so if you're interested in seeing more, hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Cerberus began as an Alliance military Black Ops group. It has its origins in political sentiments facilitated by the First Contact War, namely that humanity is on its own in the galaxy, and that humans must stand strong against other races like the Turians, Asari, etc. We can see these sentiments in a number of characters throughout Mass Effect 1, Navigator Presley, Admiral Mikhailovich, and Charles Saraceno of the Terra Firma Party, just to name a few. Even our own squad mate Ashley Williams views other aliens with mistrust. While these characters are not part of Cerberus themselves, they are examples of a political sentiment that allows a group like Cerberus to thrive. But not everyone in the Alliance feels the way these people do. Other characters like Captain Anderson are more interested in working with other galactic races, seeking to increase humanity's power through diplomacy and cooperation. These sentiments led to projects like the construction of our ship, the Normandy SR-1, which was co-developed by Turian and human military engineers. Over time, strictly pro-human groups like Cerberus became less powerful in the public political sphere as the Alliance focused its efforts on cooperation with the Council. This drove Cerberus further underground, and the group essentially went rogue. In the process, Cerberus pursued a number of illegal and dangerous research operations in hopes to gain an edge over other galactic races. Probably the most well-known Cerberus encounter in Mass Effect 1 occurs during a chain of quests we receive from Alliance Admiral Kahoku. We can speak with the Admiral shortly after becoming a Spectre, and he'll ask us to help him find a recon unit that went radio silent.
One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options.
He doesn't elaborate on the strange activity his team was investigating, and the answers come from an unexpected place. If we head to the med clinic, we can speak with Dr. Michelle, who we may have encountered earlier in the main quest, depending on our choices during Citadel Exposed Saren. Michelle is currently being blackmailed by a Krogan thug who is shaking her down for medical supplies. If we help Dr. Michelle, we learn that the Krogan was working for a man named Armiston Baines.
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
I wonder if the captain knows him.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
By all accounts, Baines has been declared dead. Anderson will encourage us to speak to Admiral Kahoku, who elaborates on what his team was searching for.
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel. The missing recon group, the one I sent you to find, they were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
When we track down Kahoku's Marines, we discover they are all dead. The Alliance distress beacon was a decoy placed near a Threshermaw nest to lure the soldiers to their untimely demise. This is a favored Cerberus tactic, which they also employed on Akuze, but we'll get to that a little later in this video. Cerberus was looking to cover its tracks. The discovery of Baines' body and the Alliance poking around the Traverse placed their operation at risk. But Kahoku was not going to let this go, so he set off to investigate who placed the false beacon. Later in the game, we receive a distress call from the Admiral.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Threshermaw. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
We can find the Cerberus research compounds on the planet Binthu. There are multiple bases, and inside we'll discover squads of Cerberus commandos in addition to various test subjects, including Turian creepers and Rachni contained behind force fields. In the final facility, we find the body of Admiral Kahoku trapped in a containment cell with a large Rachni soldier.
We owe Kahoku that much.
As a side note, Dr. Michelle has some comments related to Armiston Baines if you bring her on as the Normandy's doctor in Mass Effect 3.
You've had run-ins with Cerberus?
Vaguely. Years ago, I worked with a man named Armiston Baines. I thought he was with the Alliance, but found out later he was a Cerberus agent. I shudder to think how long Cerberus has planted covert operatives on the Citadel.
Baines' true fate is never revealed to us. I believe he died and that Cerberus continued to operate under his name, using intermediaries to conduct far-flung business, such as shaking down Dr. Michelle on the Citadel. So far, we have experiments with Rachni and Turian creepers. This Cerberus group will go to any lengths to achieve its goals, even killing Alliance officers like Admiral Kahoku. We'll soon learn that this is only the tip of the iceberg. During the quest, UNC Dead Scientists, Shepard and crew investigate the assassination of Alliance researchers. The scientists working on a secret project on Akuze have been systematically targeted by an unknown assailant. If you chose the sole survivor background, you'll know Commander Shepard's entire unit was wiped out during a Thresher Maw attack on Akuze. It turns out they were lured in a similar fashion as Kahoku's Marines were in the Traverse, and Shepard was the only one to survive the attack, except that he wasn't actually the only one. Another soldier, Corporal Toombs, also made it out alive, but was unfortunately captured by a research team who conducted brutal experiments on him. Yeah, those Alliance scientists that have been turning up dead, they were part of Cerberus. Toombs has been tracking them down and killing them.
What did the doctor do to you, Corporal?
We were on Akuze. When the Thresher Maws hit, my entire unit was wiped out. The Thresher Maws, the scientists were studying them. They let them hit our unit just to watch. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
What kind of tests are we talking about?
You can't believe Toombs. He doesn't have any proof. I demand a fair trial.
Ever had Thresher Maw acid in your veins? I have. They wanted to see what it would do. They treated me like a lab animal. I only escaped because somebody destroyed Cerberus, their big organization. This is justice. This man deserves to die.
If you are a sole survivor, Shepard recognizes Toombs, and you get some unique dialogue.
Shepard? My God, Shepard, is that you?
Corporal Toombs? But I saw you die on Akuze. How did you get here?
They took me, Shepard. The scientists.
You can't prove any of this. This man is delusional.
See, they were running tests on the Thresher Maws. They let those things hit us just to watch and study.
What did they do to you, Toombs?
You can't believe Toombs. He doesn't have any proof. I demand a fair trial.
He was there! You bastard! He knows the truth. They're part of some organization, Cerberus, that runs secret tests like this. They treated me like a lab animal. This man deserves to die, Shepard. For you, for me, for everyone else in the unit. Are you with me?
Corporal, if you kill him, you're a criminal. But I'm a Spectre. Nobody will question me.
This quest has almost half a dozen outcomes, which are beyond the scope of this video to explore in depth. Perhaps I'll do a full video on this quest alone in the future, but for now, I'll just note that if Toombs survives, he will send a message to Shepard in Mass Effect 2, and he'll be furious that the commander has teamed up with Cerberus. We've already learned that Cerberus obtained Rachni soldiers and experimented with them on Binthu, but this isn't the only place where the Rachni were smuggled to. We can respond to a distress call in the Styx Theta cluster, where a remote Alliance outpost is being routinely attacked by Rachni soldiers. After helping Lieutenant Duran's crew survive, we learn that another Alliance listening post was completely overrun by Rachni.
Commander, you see this? They just received a supply run 2 days ago. The Rachni worked fast.
Tell me about that supply ship. This planet is supposed to be uninhabited. The Rachni didn't come from nowhere.
Checking. This base is supplied by drone freighters, dispatched at irregular intervals from different depots to reduce the likelihood of tracking. I have it. This one came from Argos Row.
Wherever it is, there's probably more Rachni there.
Sigma Depot 23 is a secret Cerberus research facility in the Argus Row cluster. They were experimenting on Rachni troops and were responsible for deploying the ones we discovered in the Styx Theta cluster. When we arrive, there are no survivors, only audio logs which detail their experiments gone horribly wrong.
Personal data recorder for Major Elena Flores.
Play the first entry.
Sigma 23 is almost fully operational. The barracks and storage lockers are complete and we've begun stocking the munitions. It's highly unlikely the Alliance will patrol in the nebula. I expect our only risk will be from pirates, and who'll believe them? Looks like we'll have space for 2 reinforced platoons of Cerberus commandos.
Cerberus? Is that a corporation?
Play the second entry.
The package arrived today for field testing. I'm told they're fundamentally similar to the units being developed on Noveria. They promise this batch will be stable. Something about them developing in proximity to the master control unit. We detected some pirates setting up an anchorage in a neighboring system. I think we'll try deploying them there first.
Play the last entry.
They've escaped containment. Clever bastards. We treated them like animals. We should have treated them like POWs. They're spreading. Boarding the supply ships and sending them to random destinations. They'll be all over the cluster in a week. General, if you recover this message, my advice is, screw the Rachni. They're too smart. Use one of the other projects. Flores, signing off. For the final time.
This is a familiar story. A failed experiment with the Rachni. Nice to see humans are consistently stupid.
Hey, Commander, this is Cerberus. We were studying some Rachni, and they got loose and killed all our guys. Can you take care of that?
During the main quest on Pharos, we can unlock a terminal in the Exogeny headquarters which details the business the corporation conducted with Cerberus. I don't trust this Cerberus group. They may pay us well, but if this gets out before we've developed an antidote, it's just not smart. They won't tell us what they want the samples for or why they wanted them delivered to the Montano system. My records show nothing of interest out there. Exogeny sold Thorian samples to Cerberus, which explains how Thorian creepers showed up on Binthu when we tried to save Admiral Kahoku. Heading to the Montano system, we may expect to discover more Thorian creepers, but instead we find a different but equally sinister project. Cerberus conducted brutal experiments on the colony of Chaska, turning residents into husks. You'll find dragon's teeth scattered throughout the colony, and many of the buildings are overrun by husks. There are no survivors and no research logs, so whatever Cerberus was hoping to achieve here remains a mystery. Cerberus becomes obsessed with Reaper technology in Mass Effect 2 and 3, but it's surprising to see them experimenting with it in ME1. At this point, the existence of the Reapers was not widely known and largely dismissed as a myth in the public sphere. How Cerberus got their hands on dragon's teeth remains unknown, but they were likely trying to create super soldiers with this project. We'll learn more about Cerberus and their various activities in Mass Effect 2 and 3 as the organization grows in power and influence. But for now, this is all we learn of them in the first game. Experiments with Rachni, Thresher Maws, Thorian creepers, and even husks. These projects all left death in their wake and give context to the group's shady reputation. So there you have it, all of Cerberus's dirty secrets from Mass Effect 1. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.